What is going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with a Columbus Blue Jackets video. Yeah, as of course, NHL free agency officially opens up a week from today. The draft, of course, is, I believe, this Friday. And the Blue Jackets have 2 first-round picks that Don Waddell has made clear are available for trade. Now, you look at Columbus's financial situation heading into this offseason, and I know I talk about the Cavs a lot. Well, let's just say the Blue Jackets are on the exact opposite side of the scale compared to the Cavs. Whereas the Cavs have virtually no space to work with. They are up against the ceiling. The Blue Jackets, they got buku bucks to work with. In fact, according to Puckpedia, they are projected to have $40 million in cap space. Yeah. Now, you may be thinking, well, that doesn't mean they're going to make moves. They could easily just sit on that money, right? Not necessarily. Because in the NHL, they got a cap floor, meaning you have to spend a minimum of $70 million. And the Blue Jackets sit $15 million under the floor. Yeah. If the cap structure was a house, the Blue Jackets would be essentially in the basement. Meaning, to be cap compliant, they got to spend at least $15 million. So that guarantees right there that Don Waddell will be making moves eventually. Maybe he makes a trade this week before the draft. Maybe he trades one of or both their first-round picks to get a solid player, and then that eats up that $15 million. Who knows? But all I know is one thing. Don Waddell will be dealing. I'll stop. So anyways, I was scrolling through Twitter, and I found not one, but 2 articles from David Pagnotta on the 4th period that first gave us 40 trade targets heading into the draft and free agency. And then he gave us his free agent big board. And as you'd expect, the Blue Jackets were commonly featured as teams that could potentially go after both these trade targets and free agents. And you're going to want to see the names that are featured here. So to make things easier, I decided to make a tier list of all the players featured. And right away, you see it. I put up free agent targets, trade targets, and re-sign players. You see right away, there are 2 players that are eligible to be re-signed by the Blue Jackets. Now, how I'm going to do it is the players that I think are most likely to be, the Blue Jackets could go after, right? The most attainable players via free agent or trade are going to be on the far left. The players that I don't see the Blue Jackets really going after on the far right. Okay? All right. So the most likely player to be re-signed by the Blue Jackets, Dante Fabro. Right? Dante Fabro. You look at his stats, he had a fantastic year. It's still crazy to me that the Predators just let him go. They said bye, put him on waivers. Don Waddell scooped him up. Turned out to be an absolute gem of a pickup. 68 games, 9 goals, 17 assists, 3 game-winning goals. Now, specifically with Columbus, he played 62 games, 9 goals, 17 assists. So yeah, all of his goals and assists came with the Blue Jackets. Wow. So it's like once he came to Columbus, he started scoring. Love to see that. And from what I'm hearing, sounds like contract negotiations are ongoing. And I think it's likely he will be a Blue Jacket not only next year, but long term too. Yeah. Now, by default, of course, that means poor Ivan Provorov. I don't see him sticking around, unfortunately. And that really sucks because he was a solid player, right? You look at his stats last year, it wasn't bad. 82 games, so Iron Man status, right? He played in every game. 7 goals, 26 assists, 33 points. Overall, not bad. Not bad player at all. I wouldn't mind bringing him back. Both he and Dante are defensemen. So obviously, if you lose one, you're going to have to replace him. If you lose both, well, again, that's just another hold fill. But I think of the two, I think Dante's the most likely one to resign because they're already talking. Right? Of course. So those are the two players that were featured in the article as, I guess, re-sign targets. Yeah, for us. Now let's go into trade targets. And of course, the Blue Jackets were featured 3 times. Now, the names that were featured, Rasmus Andersson, Elias Pettersson, and JJ Peterka. Of course, I had to look up their contract situation, right? JJ Peterka, currently with the Buffalo Sabres. He'll be a free agent on RFA next year. Like, he's heading into his RFA season. Like, to play next year, he has to be signed. Like, he's an RFA coming up. So if you, whoever trades for him has to sign him. That's what I'm trying to say. But comparing that with the other two, Elias Pettersson, $11.6 million every year until 2031-32. The 2031 season. His age 33 season. Yep. Signed until 2031. Yep. That's crazy. And then you look at Rasmus. He's going to be entering a contract year. The final year of his contract, 2025-26. So next year, he'll be 29. He has a modified no trade clause too, by the way. Making $4.5 million. Now, knowing all that stuff, I'm going to say Rasmus will be the most likely acquired, followed by JJ, and then Elias. They tried for him, I believe, during this season before the trade deadline. Weren't able to pull the trigger on it. I don't know if they'd be able to do it now. I wouldn't be mad. I mean, he'd be financially secure for a long time, but man, you better hope he's able to put up the stats. That's all I'm saying. Right? That's all I'm saying. Now we get into the free agent targets, as mentioned by Mr. David Pagnotta. And as you see, the Blue Jackets were mentioned 4 times, and 3 of the 4 names are massive. Big fish. Of course, the first name mentioned, Mitch Marner. Yeah. The biggest fish of them all, according to David. 81 games, 27 goals, 75 assists, 102 points. Yeah. He'll be 28 when the season starts. He just turned 28 last month. Yeah. Now, from what I'm hearing, he has a list of preferred teams. And I've seen people on Twitter talking about how the Blue Jackets would, as they say, enter the sweepstakes if they're invited. I don't know if that'll happen. The Blue Jackets getting Mitch Marner would be on the level of them getting Johnny Hockey. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody saw it. I still remember to this day when we signed Johnny, rest in peace, of course, right? That entire day, we had heard little rumblings. Oh, the Blue Jackets are checking in on Johnny. I kind of blew it off. I'm like, there's no way they're going to get Johnny. Hell no. But little did we know. Later that night, as the day went on, the smoke got thicker and thicker. And then, boom, Johnny Hockey going to Columbus. Out of nowhere. Shocked the entire hockey world. Oh, no big players want to go to Columbus. And then, of course, this past offseason, Sean Monahan decides to come to Columbus to play with his boy, Johnny. Couldn't even see it on the ice. I was so excited. Heck, when I did my video talking about the Blue Jackets signing Sean, if you looked at the thumbnail in the bottom corner, I put Johnny Hockey with heart eyes because they were tight. They were practically brothers. I mean, you might as well say they were brothers from different mothers. Oh, man. So, yeah, Mitch Marner would be on that level, as would, obviously, Aaron Ekblad and Nikolai Ehlers, right? Aaron Ekblad, 56 games, 3 goals, 30 assists, 11 plus minus 33 points. He's 29. He'll be turning 30 in February. So right around the end of the season. And then Nikolai Ehlers is also 29. He'll be turning 30 on February 14th, a week after Aaron. Now, he played 69 games. Nice. 24 goals, 39 assists, 63 points, 5 game-winning goals. Now, would Sean Monahan be able to, pull some strings and get Nikolai Ehlers into Columbus? I think he could. I really think he could. Right? I'm pretty certain they played together. Yeah, they did. Before he came to Columbus, I believe Monahan played in Winnipeg. So, yeah, they played together a little bit. I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure, Sean Monahan will be working the phone trying to recruit some buddies to come play in Columbus. Why would anyone want to go play in Columbus? Oh, I don't know. Maybe Columbus was just one or so points away from freaking making the damn playoffs. Even though we were so up and down all year. Why wouldn't you want to come play for this team? We got a bright-ass future, right? We actually got a coach who knew what he was doing, and look what happened. It's crazy what happens when you get a freaking coach who actually knows what he's doing. So, yeah, with that being said, of course, he also have Ryan Lindgren, too. Can't forget about Ryan, right? How dare I forget about Ryan Lindgren? 72 games, 4 goals, 18 assists, 22 points. Another defenseman. I feel like if we don't bring back Dante or Provorov, we could go after Ryan Lindgren. Nikolai Ehlers, left wing. Of course, Aaron Ekblad, another defenseman. Mitch Marner, right wing. So I like how they have 2 defensemen and 2 wingers on here. I could see it. It's realistic. We have a lot of money. If you want to make a splash, you go after one of those 3 guys I was just talking about. Mitch, Aaron, or Nikola. And then, of course, Lindgren would be a solid addition. In terms of, the likelihood, who would be the most likely, most attainable player for the Blue Jackets of the 4? I'm going to say Nikolai Ehlers, actually. I think Monahan would be able to sway him to come play here. Low key. I think it could happen. Number 2, I'll say Ryan Lindgren. Then, Ekblad. And of course, I got to put Mitch at last. Because I don't even know if we're an option for him right now. Haven't really heard much. But he's going to have so many suitors. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a bidding war. And I'm sure Don Waddell will go high on the price. But I'm sure he has limit. He doesn't want to spend every cent on one guy. Right? I'm sure we're going to see some extensions too. So, this is what I have. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And we'll see what happens in about a week or so. Maybe we see a trade this week. That'd be fun, right? Imagine right as I post this video, boom, a trade happens. Ooh, that would be great. Come right back on here. Right as I'm uploading this video and then say, oh, we made a trade. Right? Imagine. That'd be great. So, yeah, this is actually the first of 3 videos for you guys. Blue Jackets right now. Got a Cavs video cooking for you. By the time you're watching this video, that video is probably uploading. And then I got a Guardians video. There's another trade target article dropped from our friend Jeff Passan. Yay. That'll be fun. So, with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. And I'll see you guys later. And also, I'll be live for Blue Jays Guardians. That'll be fun. See you guys later. Go Blue Jackets. And I'm out. Bye-bye. For now. Yeah.